Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror PSA presented by Scary Nerd. And as always, we are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Saul.
And I'm Angie.
The following is a public service announcement.
Nell, Simon, and their son Art are ready to welcome friends and family for what promises to be a perfect Christmas gathering. Perfect except for one thing. Everyone is going to die. That's right, we watched the 2021 AMC Plus exclusive,
AMC
Silent Night, starring Keira Knightley, and a bunch of other British people that you may or may not have seen
Lots of
before.
British people. It's a British film.
Very British film.
So,
Well,
first impression on this movie.
I loved it. I loved this movie. I'm very versed in the British comedy ways, so like the deadpan style, I was there for. Like the whole just the hilarity of having multiple children at the end of the world was also I was there for. The twins were hilarious. There were parts where
I did
twins.
love the twins.
Paul, what did you think?
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't read anything about this movie before we watched it, so going in, I had no clue. I just knew it was a horror movie, but I don't know. It's not so much horror as it's a real life horror movie, I think, because it's like
It's the end of the world horror.
I mean, it's end of the world, and it's like it puts it into real terms to be like, okay, what the fuck do you do if it's like we all die of this horrible gas and. Wait, what did the gas do? Because it basically made it seem like, I don't know if they were just saying this to the kids, but I'm like, this is some Simpsons Treehouse of Horror shit where it's like, the gas is going to make your insides come on the outside and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, were they just making this up for the kids, or is this like a really horrible fucking gas that actually would do that shit?
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Saul?
I went into it like Paul. I had no idea other than when you guys suggested it. So I'm like, okay, like I gave it that shot. But as the movie kept going on, I'm like, this is complete, utter crap. I did not care for it. I got bored because I kept waiting for something to happen. I was like, Paul, it's like, okay, something is going to happen. This gas is going to turn them either into zombies or it's going to start making everybody kill each other. I was waiting for the big payoff of it turning into a horror movie.
Yeah, I kept reading into things too. Like, I'm like, all right, what the blood on the carrots? They're all eating it. Like, what's this going to come into play? Like, how's that going to work? Are they going to turn to zombies? Like, I'm with you. Like, I was wondering where's this going? Because I'm like, I know it's a horror movie, but where does it go?
They kept giving you those hints too, because like as people start showing up, they're like, oh, could you imagine me out on the road? Like, what else are we gonna do? Like, they keep like giving you these little hints that there's something wrong.
Or the other thing that I kept waiting for too is because they had that one friend that they forgot to invite. Like, did you?
I was expecting her to show up the whole time.
It was weird. I'm like, I thought she was gonna show up at the end, kind of thing. Like, either fuck everything up or save somehow. Like,
see, I thought, like I said, I can't. From all the horror movies that we've seen, we expect a big payoff that it's building. Like, I could see the groundwork being played out for it. Like, you get all the little subtleties. Like, okay, we're planting this seed. Now we're planting that seed. And eventually, to me, it was, okay, all of these are going to just crash. So I'm thinking, okay, they're mentioning this person that they forgot to invite. So I was thinking, okay, this person knew about this party, wasn't invited, and was going to come and fuck shit up. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But you never got, to me, it's like you never got the payoff of any of the seeds that they planted.
Well, see, I thought that was the whole, like, ruse of the movie, though, too, because, like, they kept saying, like they keep having all these little tiffs, right? They keep having all these human problems, but then they're supposed to die in the next day. Like, these human problems don't matter, like, if we're all dead.
Well, I mean, it kind of does, though. Okay, because when they get there, and Sandra,
Annabelle Wallace?
Yes. Yeah. When Sandra gets there, and she's got her little daughter, Kitty, right?
Yeah.
Kitty reminded me of, like, an old lady. Like, she was just like an old lady in a kid's body, basically.
Yeah.
She came in, where's Art? Art, what are you doing? Where's Art? And then the whole...
Figgy pudding is like...
Yeah, well, it was the sticky toffee pudding, right? Yeah. I'm like, so what you're saying is, like, they still have these, like, human problems that don't matter. But I'm like, at the same time, like, if I know that the end of tonight, like, this is my last Christmas and I'm going to die, like, I want my fucking sticky toffee pudding, you know?
Oh, no,
like,
that's not what I meant about human problems. I meant about, like, when Sandra is like, why didn't we fuck? Why didn't we fuck? Or, like, oh, we didn't invite Lizzie, or we're upset about something.
I don't want her to
Like,
die alone.
that's the human problems I meant, not the kids
Yeah.
so much. The grown-ups, because in the beginning, when the movie first starts, this could be any Christmas movie
Yeah.
anywhere.
It really is. The setup is the same as any other like generic Christmas movie. Like you could have stayed comedy, you could have turned it
Yeah.
more horror. Like the basic setup, yeah, I agree. It's just like friends
they're
are
all
coming
getting
over.
there. Yeah, they're all in the
Oh.
car. They're all dressed nice. Like
Half of them don't want to be there. Like
Yeah.
I do have to mention that the moment I started hating this movie was that stupid, ugly Christmas sweater
the
song.
ugly Christmas. That's the whole point of a Christmas movie. Is you have those horrible.
you gotta
songs.
have those horrible songs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
and that's what it made me start hating it. I'm like, oh, and they're singing it and they're doing all this shit. I'm like, oh, I hate this song. It's like, I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's legit, but I hate this song.
I thought this movie was hilarious. I thought I could see how this movie could be like a play. You know, like it could definitely be played
Yeah.
out on the
Oh,
stage.
yeah. This would make a really good play.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think you need to amp up the gore a little bit.
The gore would have been fun. Yeah.
When black chick Alex finally, after she wakes up and she's dancing there, and when the chick stabs her, I thought she was gonna slit her throat. I didn't think she was just gonna stab her. I was hoping for more like
I thought
violent
that
gore.
was so funny. She wakes up and she throws up her pill, and her girlfriend's just like, "Fuck!"
You dumbass.
I
But
thought
then-
that was so funny. I loved that whole part.
But then again, on their part, they only got one pill for everybody. Like
Hey,
you would
the
think,
homeless
okay,
people didn't even get pills. All right.
Yeah. 'Cause
I
then you
thought
gotta
it
think
was. I thought it was funny their whole like political legal explanation, like, well, they're not actual citizens, so they don't actually get the pill and this
Yeah, I
and
was
that.
like,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that
yeah,
would
I could
happen.
see that happening in a government. So
But the thing you
I
gotta
don't
think
know.
about,
Go ahead,
the
Saul.
thing, the thing you got to think about, especially with where they're at, is they're at a party. It's like we have nothing to live for anymore. You're gonna get drunk, and okay, what if you drink too much and you throw up? So you would think, okay, you might as well have more pills.
Well, I think with the exception of Alex, everyone else kind of got drunk, but they weren't overdoing it.
Yeah, I think Alex only got too drunk because she didn't drink. Because
Well, I
in the
think-
beginning, they were like, "Can I have spark?" She was like, "Can I have sparkling water?"
Well, I think she either had a drinking problem or something. Because I thought the other one mentioned like her falling off the wagon. So
yeah, she did.
she was probably drunk and it had been a while. And yeah, I don't know. Once it touches your lips, like
And hey, the end of the world is here, man.
yeah, there's no wagon to fall off of. You're like, well, it's either I die a horrible death or I kill myself later. So yeah, I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna eat sticky toffee pudding. Like yeah.
I thought it was really interesting, like the way because they're all dealing with this end of world thing, right? Like they're all like, the fucking world is ending in 2 days, but like they still have kids and shit. And I thought that whole like argument is an impossible argument when you have kids at the end of the world. Like
Yeah.
it definitely showed the comedy that is in normal parts of like weird life. It
Weird
showed-
shit you probably wouldn't think about either.
Yeah.
At the end of the world.
Yeah, and just, having children and being a human faced with this, the whole world is going to end. Like, because we've seen the world end from fighters, right? We've seen The Walking
Yeah.
Dead. We've seen them come together. We're going to fight the undead. We've seen,
Aliens.
aliens, like the world falls. We're going to come together. But we haven't seen the people who are just like, nope, peace out. I'm just done. I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's a real life look at it. Like, yeah, there would be people like this. They're like, all right, we're all gonna take the pill and celebrate Christmas and just be done.
well,
I guess.
and even like the parents, they're like, I've thought about this every way. It's painful, and then you would just be there by yourself, and I can't let you just be there by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and so it is a real conundrum. It is, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? And the little boy is so interesting too because he's such a real character. I love when he tells Kitty to shut the fuck up. He says it with such gusto.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up, Kitty. Yes, I love it.
You don't know you're so full of shit.
And I love when he goes to the kitchen to talk to his mom about the issue they're having. And he's like, she's like, you didn't call her a cunt, did you? Because we said that was out of bounds.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna die today, I'm calling a cunt a cunt, man.
I'm using the C word
I'm
every
using
second
every
I
word.
get. Like, yeah.
that's. I'm just gonna. My whole dialogue's gonna be a series of different ways of saying cunt. And that's all I'm gonna say from now on.
The thing that I do gotta appreciate is how the British kids were just get no fucks given about cursing.
Oh,
Like it
yeah.
was just like every other word. I'm like, man, these kids are like lenient when it comes to cursing. Or not these kids, these parents. They really don't care.
The world was ending, man. Who cares? And let your kids get a taste of adulthood, right? If we're all dying
Yes.
soon. I'd be like, here, you want to try some champagne? Because you're dying tomorrow. It's not like they
Yeah.
were babies, you
and
know?
I think they thought they had more time than they did because they all seemed pretty shocked when it was time to take the pill and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like it just made me think. Like I know it's a comedy, and I know them being all together was the setup for the movie and all. But I'm like, I wouldn't want to be around any of these people if I was dying. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like I don't know,
Well,
man.
I think the whole premise was they made a pact and they just said,
Yeah.
we're all going to do it at this time, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, I always thought it was funny because, like, around these holidays, you're supposed to get together with these people that you know and love. But for some reason, we only get together with people that really annoy us.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's,
why.
it's a weird holiday obligation
Yeah,
feeling
yes.
that people have. Like I
Get
don't know.
together with your annoying relatives and your annoying friends. And I thought it was hilarious because Sandra was always the like she bought a dress with Kitty's university fund, which is fine because
Yeah.
the world's ending, But I love when Kitty's like, you're wearing my education on your feet.
Don't give a fuck.
Oh, and what's with the creepy doll? Don't get your child a little doll
looks
of
like
that.
them.
A doll that
Has
looks
the
like you
voice.
wearing the exact same outfit that you're gonna lay down with and die.
Yeah, but
And have the
Sandra
exact
was
same voice too. That was the
Yeah.
other thing.
Sandra was such a classic hoity-toity character, and like she was that way up until the very end, and I thought that's what made her so hilarious. Like her and Keira Knightley. Yeah, I forgot to say goodbye to Nell. And they're like, it's not time right now.
Just sit the fuck down and die.
We
Like,
all just took our fucking pills. Now's not
that
the
it's
time.
in that would be the thing. Like, just shut up and die. Mm-hmm. Can I just die in peace? I just want to lay here.
I
Quiet.
also thought it was hilarious when they're holding, or when Nell is holding Art after he's inhaled the gas, and they're doing that thing with the twins, which is also hilarious because yes, that is how
That's
it
what
is
kids
to have
would do.
multiple children.
Yes.
I'm not sharing this Coke. This
Yeah.
is my last Coke. I want my own
You
Coke.
said we could have our own.
You said, I heard you have to get me my own Coke. And like,
That whole thing, if you're a parent, you understand that fully because that's what kids do.
yeah, those moments where you could see it from the room and you just see the
Yeah.
dad in the hallway,
Yeah.
like taking his breath, like, okay, they're all about to die. I can't yell at this
No,
point.
even
Like,
even watching this as a parent, when he went back for the ice, I'm like, you might as well just grab another Coke just in case.
Yeah.
Like, and then as soon as
That
it
was the
happened, I'm
other
like,
thing,
I
like-
fucking knew it.
grab
Like,
a snack. You never
I'm like,
know.
just
You
grab
never fucking
everything
know,
and bring it
man.
upstairs.
You could see everything building because you knew, like, after they said we thought we were going to get her on, I was like, he's going to have to go down. Now I'm like, what it's going to be next? It's like,
Yep.
they're going to complain that the soda's warm. And
It's
they're like,
always
we got to go
that.
get ice.
The mom, too. Like, the mom just is like, darling, just do it. Just go. Like, there's
and-
nothing
and-
we can do.
We promised.
And on top of all of the things, too, is when he poured the sodas into their drinks and they had to be the exact same
Yeah,
level.
he waits.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, all right, check it out. Yeah,
And they look
Yeah,
at each
that's
other
that's
like, yeah, we're-
that's
yeah.
learned parent behavior. You
Yep.
could say. I'm
Yeah.
glad that they have little ticks in there like that parents would really understand. Like, yeah, that's literally what it'd be like.
Yeah.
And that's I think the hilarity of the little moments, like when they're talking about when Sandra's talking about why haven't we fucked to the other friend or whatever, and it comes out that her husband James, what's her husband's name? Tony.
Tony.
Tony and
Tony.
Bella had sex.
Yeah,
before.
Tony and Bella had sex, and I love that the married couple is just dying, right? Like they're just like,
Yeah.
look at these fuckers, like, and
They're arguing over stupid shit.
yeah,
That's
and
what
I
it
just
was.
think it's hilarious that they just had that whole moment of levity because Bella's like, I get it, you ask, and Tony's
Like,
like,
why
well,
not ask?
you fuck James, and like they're just having a little squabble there, but it's something that would happen because when you're gonna die, you're in a state of heightened emotions, I'm assuming, constantly. Just like it's got to be going through your head at every
Well,
second.
yeah, they
like,
plant that seed about her and James.
Oh yeah, in the
really
car
early,
ride. Yeah.
really early. Like it was the unrequited love or the one that got away or something. But Sandra really seemed like I thought she was Kitty's stepmom at first.
I did too.
Because the way that she walks in and is like, just the way that she like reacts to everything, and like the way like her and Kitty's the whole dynamic, I was like, I thought it was a stepmom thing, but then later it's like, just please hug me, just please, just once.
Just hold me.
Their relationship was weird because I got kind of those same vibes. It's like, okay, we know Tony is her dad, but do we know if it's Sandra or not? Just because they had that weird dynamic.
They did, and maybe just Sandra was supposed to be that character because she was. She was totally.
She really was. Like the whole thing too is like, okay, she seemed like that. Like, I never wanted kids of my own, but I want a rich husband. So here's this guy with a kid, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then especially her walking in with like, it's Kitty's college fund, and she was like, all dressed up or whatever. So I thought it was like that further gave me like, she's a gold digging stepmom.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this kid. I don't care if she goes to college. I don't want these shoes.
Yeah, no, when they're all in the kitchen, it's so interesting because the actresses are playing it so like brilliantly when they're in the kitchen, because they're all just trying to be fun. They're all just trying to, have a Christmas party. Like, we're all
Save
supposed
face.
to do. Yeah, we're all just supposed to have a Christmas party, but you can see like they're all stressed. Like they're all like, there's something there. And the whole thing is like, we have to protect the kids. And the kids Art starts realizing that maybe not everything is how it seems.
Yeah.
He's definitely at that age to be questioning everything. And I love the fact that he is just like, well, what about this? What about that?
Oh, yeah. He's that
He's
inquisitive
like, well, no,
child.
like, we're doing it, but you're fucking murdering me. That's not love.
I love how he was like, you guys are fucking stupid. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you know how fucking stupid that sounds? Like, that
I
would
loved-
literally be like that
I
kid.
so loved the little Greta spiel.
Yeah.
Greta missed all this school. She told us the world was gonna end, and nobody fucking listened to her. I loved that. I loved that, because if that shit happened, the kids today would be like, "See, they didn't fucking listen to us, and now this is happening."
We told you.
I definitely enjoyed that, but I thought it was interesting, the whole like gas thing, and when they're holding Art at the end, and they see that he had that blood all over his face from his eyes and stuff, and the twins just like, fuck that, I'm not doing that, and they just take their pill right away. They're just like,
Oh, yeah. I think that too is just a moment of realism for like, I mean, kids, adults, like anyone in that situation to be like, because you definitely have. I mean, I was with Art the whole way. I'm like, question everything, but I'm like, hey, wait, if no one survived, how do they know that no one will survive? Like, I don't get like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? Like, those are my questions. Like, show me video. Like, show me, like, I need more stuff. Like, I was totally team Art on this. And I'd be like, questioning Art. I'm like, I'm stubborn enough to die a horrible, painful death just so I can know the truth.
Hey, Art was too. Art was ready. He had seen all those videos about his eyes bleeding and all that stuff. Like, he knew what was going to happen. He was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking just try it and see. And if I live, I live. Because, I mean, what's the alternative? You're fucking dead anyway, right?
Yeah.
And we all totally saw that coming, though. It's like he somehow, some way survives it. Because, like, I just knew it. I just knew it.
It was the fog's pre-cum that gave him the immunity that he breathed in when he saw that car, the people in the car.
Yeah.
That, it was like showing, like they showed on the news earlier, and then they were showing that mini tornado thing.
The gas tornado.
It's like, and then the other ones will be bigger. So I'm like, that's the immunity right there. Just breathe in that little pre-cum tornado of whatever this is. It reminded me a lot about The Mist, just the way that, the mist would be without the actual monsters in the fucking mist.
Yeah.
Just getting together with people and just having these weird things. And I definitely think that throughout the movie, as it went along, and I'm sure this was by design, as a comedy, that, I don't want to say like the gloves came off, but it was like the inhibitions lowered as further we went, to where people were just like, why not this or why not that? And then the whole, why didn't we have sex scene? And then, with everyone like, well, why not? We're all going to die. Why not ask?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're going to have a giant ass orgy.
I mean, why not? The world's going to end, right?
I have thought when Art went in to talk to James and Sophie, and when he was asking all those questions, especially when he was to James, like, you're a doctor, you're supposed to save people, and you're just okay with homeless people and, and immigrants dying in the street.
And
I'm
James
like,
got a taste of parenthood.
Yeah, and James, I need to get up and get out of this situation.
Yep.
So, I half thought Art was going to be like, look, well, we're both going to die, and you're already knocked up, so let me take a run at you. I don't want to die a virgin here.
Art's a baby.
Art was at least 13.
No, he's a baby. He's like 11.
Oh, so what? He doesn't want to die.
Well, those balls haven't dropped yet.
How do you know?
Because I know he's a baby. Shut up. No, I thought the whole Sophie storyline was funny because, like, everybody's like, how old are you?
Oh, you asked me last year.
You asked me that last year. And even the dinner, I think is the first part where you can see something is, like, really, really wrong because she starts telling that story about how last night she hung out with two people who killed themselves.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, okay, so clearly it's a suicide pact.
Yep.
And I'm like, what's happening? And then you get all those. Yeah, what was I gonna say? There was the dinner scene. I thought it was hilarious when Bella was like, "Wait, one potato each." Like they only get half right because they're kids.
Yeah. She's like, "Hey, it's our last meal. I would like a full potato. I want more potatoes." But hey, stuff is gone. They had to break into the Tesco.
They robbed the Tesco for sticky toffee pudding. But I'm assuming it's so weird because it's like, okay, stuff's broken down enough to where it's almost like you're on your own. You have to go find food because obviously, their dinner was a little scarce because it was the situation they were in or whatever. But I'm like, but you're all just driving around and you were just hanging out with people last night. So I'm like, it kind of got a weird dynamic. Like, it's definitely, I think these people waited till the very last minute and like maybe it's like other people that they were around, other friends that are already, definitely taken that plunge or whatever. Yeah. So maybe that's why they were like, okay, well, I'll just come to this country house because obviously it was grandma's country house where they wanted to celebrate Christmas every year or whatever. So
why couldn't grandma just come with her? Like
I know what was grandma's deal, and like, and why get on there? Like you had all day, like you could have did that in the morning, right? And not right in the last minute where grandma's like, okay, I've got to go now. Don't know if I'm gonna have time to take my pill. If you don't, Art, shut up, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what grandma wanted, though. Maybe she wanted like the last thing she saw to be her grandkids. But then that doesn't make any sense of why she didn't just go with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just go be there.
I don't know. Maybe grandma lived in another country. Who knows?
I loved all the characters, though. I mean, they were all shitty characters. Not shitty characters. They were humans. They were humans with all the human flaws, with all the human bullshit. And even the kids, like, I think that's the strength of this movie was the characters and all the people. When they're getting high in the greenhouse and they have, like, there's so much pain and comedy and just, like, humanity in that greenhouse scene between the three guys that I really dug. Like, there's some great scenes, but I get the whole, like, is this a horror movie? Is this not a horror movie? It's definitely end of the world movie, but I could see how people would be like, I don't know if this is a horror or not.
I don't see. That's the one thing I'm on the fence on is like, can you really call it a horror movie? Because it really wasn't to me, other than the fact that they're all having an impending doom. That you can call it a horror movie.
Well, I mean, Bella kills her girlfriend. We see the three people dead on the side of the road in the car.
Yeah.
I think I needed to see someone die because of the fog, though. I think if it was...
But we didn't, though, and that's why. Because they don't.
But you don't know that they don't.
Well, not everybody, maybe.
No, I'm totally assuming Art just became immune after the pre-cum tornado. So I'm saying, like, I wanted to see the effects of what the fog actually did to them. Assuming it does what it says that, that they're assuming it does.
See, I didn't take that. See, what I took it as is, okay, so you were like, oh, he got immune from that. No, see, what I took it as is that fog basically slowed down the body. Not that he was dead, but, like, he was obviously hurt or whatever, right? So he kind of went into a little, we'll say cocoon time. He went into cocoon time, and it, like, his body just went into where it didn't breathe, as hard, or, you know what I mean? Like,
none of that explains the blood.
Well, no, but the gas obviously did something to get the blood to come out, but it was, like, basically getting him ready for the other one so he wouldn't inhale all the shit, is how I took it.
No, it's immunity.
It's immunity?
Because he breathed it in.
Well, no, he breathed in the first one.
Yeah, but I'm saying he breathed in the first one.
I'm saying the second wave. So the first wave got him ready, and, like, he didn't inhale in the second wave because of that first wave.
So you're saying it's like in Signs where that kid had his
asthma
attack and it blocked his airways.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know.
That's how I took it.
I don't know. I assumed it was like an immunity thing. Because I don't know, but I'm saying like if it would have been a horror movie, it would have made it more of a horror movie if like, say you saw the effect of it somewhere, like it showed you like, you know, a town on the outskirts or something before they get to their house or whatever, and it's like somebody there. Yeah, a homeless guy. I needed to see a homeless guy or somebody like just on the street, and like
the closest we got was the family in the SUV or the station wagon.
Yeah,
and they had all taken the pill.
Yeah, they had taken the pill because I mean I'm assuming they were driving, saw the cloud coming, and they're like, well, fuck it, or this is as good a place as any.
Yeah,
but yeah, if they would have showed like a homeless dude out there with like his insides on the outside. Like the horror of what this fog actually fucking does.
Or just more people on the ground, like bleeding from their eyes and mouth. Like, because when they do go through the city, like they go through streets and stuff, but it's completely empty. So if maybe we had seen some of those bleeding mouths and stuff.
No, I needed to see it. Like I needed to see it like on my own, because I think if you would have showed it to me in the movie on the news, I would have further questioned that, and so like Art would have further questioned that.
No, not on the news. I'm saying when the movie is following like after Grandma, and it's like going through the town, and it's showing that cloud coming.
Okay, those overhead shots.
Yeah. I'm saying if we would have got scenes of like homeless people bleeding from their mouth and their nose.
Yeah, or at least somebody like convulsing and like just the start of it. I'm like, okay, it's a legit thing. Like if you would have confirmed it for me there, and then like, all right, Art, like you're gonna get fucked, bro. Like, and then he lives. I think that makes it a better thing. Like, okay, maybe there's an immunity, but I'm totally basing this on my immunity thing and not like, you know, the asthma attack thing.
But then again, I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't do it, is just to leave that as that, because like I mean, if they would have shown that, then we would have known for sure in this universe, okay, it kills people. But I think the fact that in this universe that we didn't see anybody actually physically die from it leaves it up to open interpretation. Like Art, he's like, wait, we haven't seen anybody for sure. Like we're just basing it off of what they're telling us. So I think I think that's the main reason why they probably didn't show any of it, is just so we have that there to kind of interpret on your own.
Yeah.
And that's what didn't make it a horror movie for me. And I get that that's what they were going for, and I'm like, that's a stylistic and a story choice that you're making. Yeah. But if it would have did that, that would have been a horror movie for me.
Yeah. But if it had a little bit more blood, it would have been better.
It was missing that one piece to be like, okay, it's a drama here, and here. But when you add this little piece, okay, now it's over the threshold, and now you can call it a true horror movie. That's where I felt like this one was missing. It's like, to me, it was just a drama that was leading up to something, but it really wasn't horror in my eyes, because like Paul, it was missing something to turn it into a complete horror movie per se.
It was so British too, like just die with dignity. Like we're all gonna lay here and go to sleep. Like
stiff up a lift, love.
Yeah, like it was so funny that after when they're going through the house after everybody's taken their pills and they're all, you know, dead. Which is also a weird thing because like you just spend a whole hour with these people, like watching their humanness, and then all of a sudden they're just laying in their bed and they're dead and then they're gone. And like, but yeah, it's so like we're gonna lay here and in our clothes and die quietly. Like
wouldn't you want to die in something comfortable?
I would want to die in something
a bigger bed.
Hey, and if I'm like Art, if I'm going out on my feet. I'm not taking a pill. Like
going out swinging.
I'll go stand outside and be like, fuck it, come on.
How long does the pill take? Because I'm like, all right, I wait for the gas, and then I'm like, all right, the gas is real. Now I'll take the pill.
You're like, oh shit.
I'm starting to feel the effects of what the gas they said. My insides are starting to feel like they're coming outside. I'm going to take the pill.
Well, that's one thing too. It makes it weird because the Sandra, Tony, and Kitty, they all took the pill at the same time. And then for whatever reason, Kitty decided she needed her doll, so she went to go get it. And what is it? By the time she came back, both brothers were dead.
Yeah. And then she starts to feel it then. So maybe it's just how fast your metabolism goes. But yeah, it's such a... I don't know. Like, I get why people didn't see it maybe as a horror movie, but I love it. I thought it was hilarious. I could watch this every Christmas.
And the one thing about it, though, too, is like I was still on the fence whether Sophie was going to take the pill or not, because she kept saying that, oh, if I take this, not only am I killing myself, but I'm killing my baby. So it makes me a double murderer. So I was thinking, okay, maybe when they get the pan out, when they show all the bodies, she's not dead.
Well, it showed her taking the pill because James wanted her to take the pill, so like they both took it together. But yeah, I was wondering who else was gonna wake up with him. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna be completely alone? I mean, he is, and who else even knows how many other people besides the homeless people? So now it's just him and a bunch of homeless people out there.
Because the one thing I was half expecting Sophie to do is like, yeah, she took it in front of him, but her wait until he like dies, and then all of a sudden her just see her spit out the pill.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to me that was the saddest part of the movie is Art now has to live in a world where he has nobody. Because like, I mean, he was stubborn. It was like, oh, but it was kind of one of those things where like I was right, but now nobody's alive for me to be like, hey, I was right, and now you got to live with the effect of what this did, because now both your parents are dead, your brothers are dead, and everybody that you knew is dead.
What are you gonna eat?
Belinda. He's gonna eat Belinda, the chicken.
If you can find, if she's still alive, you don't know.
I don't know. But that in the beginning when he goes outside and he's running around, he sees Belinda. I was like, Belinda's not scared.
Yeah, I'm like, what's she got? What does she know? Like,
Yeah, Belinda knows.
yeah, I was like,
something.
we were just reading into everything that wasn't even there for reading
Yeah,
into.
we've seen too many horror movies.
We treated this as a straight horror thriller kind of thing, and we're like, no, it's more of a like a end of the world dramedy, basically.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, because when Bella's talking, they're talking about, when they first get there, Bella's talking about, like, going out on the road, and she's like, it's too monochrome for me, like, I can't be out there in this. And I'm like, hey, some people aren't built for the road. I mean, when the world does end or society eventually breaks down, there are going to be the fighters, there are going to be the people who go along with the fighters, and then there's just going to be the people who are like, I'm good.
And there's going to be the random kids.
Yes, the ferals. Yeah. Random kids. Just like in this movie. Merry Christmas, everyone's dead.
Yes.
I love that it was like they didn't know where it came from, and they never really gave you an explanation.
Yeah,
It was
it's
just
the
there.
Earth. Yeah.
Just the Earth, or it's the Russians, or it's this, or like, yeah, no one knew, and they were like, well, we don't know, but we just know that it's going to kill us. Like, I don't know. There was not enough information about it for me to be like, yeah, take the pill. Go ahead. I'm like, I was Art all the way. Like, nope, you guys are dumb.
Yeah.
How do we know,
like,
though?
I was with you. I need to see. Show me the effects of it, and then we'll talk. Like, don't just tell me it's going to hurt a lot. Show me. If we know that this is happening,
Like,
show
prove
me.
it.
I need
prove
to
it.
see the pain. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And hey, and living is pain. So if you gotta go
We're
through
just see
something
this
else,
is this is a British movie, and we're Americans that love gore. So this is
It's
why
true.
we're like, we needed to see the inside out.
It's very proper.
intestines.
It's very
Their
proper.
horror is real life. Our horror is stuff that can't happen.
Yeah, no, because I mean, they had some heavy questions about, kids in the end of the world times, and what's the best choice? Letting them die with your parents, so you don't have to worry about taking care of yourself afterwards, or living on. What's better? Some deep questions.
You do it like you do it like the ship sinking, women and children first.
Women and children
Yes.
first.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see if they made a sequel where they'd go with it, because I don't know. Like,
Just Art alone. He's all feral in the house. He's
But
gonna,
see,
like,
but
Rambo in the house.
my brain doesn't go to another comedy. I'm like, it's a survival flick. He's gonna kill people. Like, I don't know.
It's him and Belinda on the road is what it is. Yeah.
There's
the chicken.
I do have to say the director-writer, the three boys are actually her sons. So the twins and the kid that played Art are all her children.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Well, that's
it
why
was
they
like-
had such a great dynamic.
The twins are awesome, though. I love
The
how when
twins
we get.
were awesome. They were hilarious.
I love how in the beginning where the dad was like, "Where are your brothers?" It's like, "Oh, they're playing PlayStation." It's like, those bastards. Because he was supposed to be taking their bath, and even the mom says it too, and like, those little fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do though? Let them play PlayStation.
I know,
They're
like,
gonna die.
You gotta take a bath. Like, yeah, I'll deal with it when I deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna die anyway. Do you want to die, Smelly? That's your question.
I do. I do. I'm not wasting the last couple minutes I have in the bathtub. Sorry, just not.
No.
This is your last good shower, though.
Well, fine. If I need a last good shower, or last good bath. But I wouldn't wait till the day of. It'd be like the day before.
I don't know. Maybe that morning. Well, they spilled over into day 2, so technically, I
Yeah.
don't know. Was the day before?
I would totally be a Bella though and steal the potatoes after Art ran away. I was like, "Yep, you steal his potato."
Like, that's food that he's not claiming. I'm taking it.
I want potatoes for my last meal.
I was half
Indy-
expecting that dinner scene to be like Christmas Vacation.
Oh, like all the
They're just-
food was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely scarce, but then I don't know. I would probably do a mishmash, like in signs, right? Like just whatever fuck you want. You want a burger? You want a steak? You want a fucking lasagna? Like I don't know.
Like, you want burgers and fries? We'll get you burgers and
Oh
fries.
man, put some fucking noodles on top of my pizza. Like just whatever, man. Do it up. Like I don't know. Be in a food coma and forget to take the pill.
Hey,
I think
Zuma.
I think I would do the thing that they told us not to do in the movie Heavyweights. If you remember that, where he says, "Don't put a Twinkie on your pizza." I would do that.
Hey, whatever you're gonna do. I mean, it's your last time as a human. Experience what you want to experience.
No, unfortunately, if this was like, it would be like that in real life, to where you'd be like, whatever food is available is what we're gonna eat. Like,
Yeah.
that's all we have. We don't have a fridge full of shit.
Nope.
The Tesco barely had sticky toffee pudding.
And Fanta. You can have Fanta.
Fanta. See, at first I was like, why are they such a bitch to this girl? Because I was like, the other chick was like, I don't want to hear this song. Okay, that's another thing. How are radio stations still going on?
I know, because it seemed like,
Streaming is probably serious.
Man.
yeah, well, and like the internet was still up because they
Yeah.
could still video call people, and he was still looking at things on the internet websites and shit on his phone.
So it's basically we're going to have every available thing besides stores still available.
Well, who's gonna run the stores though? Like
I don't
that's
know,
the
man.
thing. Like who's gonna be like, go work on the last day of human existence?
Then why lock them?
Yeah.
Just say fuck it. Like, we got a week. Grab what you want. Nobody's coming to work. Fuck it. I don't know. They'd see it would be utter chaos. Like, so that's why I don't think the government would ever tell people. It'd be like, just
No.
we have to keep a tight lip. When it happens, because otherwise chaos would happen for that
Yeah,
whole week
I
before.
don't think the government would be nice enough to even give us a pill. They'd just be like, everybody's dying except for the 7 people we put in this bunker.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all are screwed.
See, that's real life. I don't know. I don't. We seem to have gained
That's
a lot
American
of,
life anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've seemed to have gained a lot of British listeners. So please, podcast@scarynerd.com. Email us and tell us, because this is our view of American government. They would totally be like, we're not telling anybody.
Not telling anybody.
See, I secretly think this is why we keep going to Mars and why they're getting all these old people to go into space, like William Shatner. And all that. We're studying the effects of space travel on old people now,
Old people?
because we're all. They know that the planet is fucked. It's like the 2012 movie, except we're not going to build a big ship. It's like they're going to go to Mars. That's what's happening.
Because really, explain Michael Strahan.
Call from
Why did he need to go to space? He doesn't need to. He's got a Super Bowl.
And is it even space? Because you just go to the edge,
Yeah, you're just like, it's pre-space.
pre-space.
You didn't even break space's cherry.
You get
like,
you get the
just-
universe pre-cum.
Yeah.
You were in the lobby, but
were
you
in the
didn't.
lobby.
You didn't go
That's
to the
nice.
top floor. Doesn't count.
Don't count, no.
That's not even soaking, right?
Yeah, I don't know. How long are you in there? Just enough. It's not even soaking.
I don't think you're even in, technically.
You're right at the edge.
Anyway, that was Silent Night from 2021.
I hung out on the doorstep.
Hanging out
That's
on the
what it is.
doorstep. Yep. We're
not
coming
in
back
Against the wall.
next week with our final 2021 movie. We are going to do Krampus the Naughty Cut. We've promised it. It's coming.
Looking forward to it.
It will be there.
Yes.
Promise. We wanted to give you guys a special Christmas Eve episode. So Merry Christmas if that's what you celebrate.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Celebrate
holidays,
what you want.
Kwanzaa.
The world is closed today either way, so
Yes.
just celebrate what you want. in
And it's
peace.
raining here. So
And have-
it's a lovely, rainy Christmas Eve.
Have some
So-
sticky
In the
toffee.
desert.
In the desert. We're enjoying it. We're going to get back to our families. We hope you are having a lovely holiday and staying safe from Omicron Persei 8.
If you're in the UK, please request us or do whatever. I don't know. What do you do? Do you have?
Request us.
Yeah, request us to go to one of your conventions. Do you have horror conventions in the UK?
They have big horror conventions in the UK. We need to
It'd
go.
be fun to go there. Yes.
Tell
ask
tell
for
whoever's
us.
in charge of that you want us to come.
Yeah.
Book us.
Want us to come.
Chant us.
Book us. Yeah,
Horror
Book
PSA. We've said chanting never ends well, but it might end well in this time, so give it a go. We don't know.
Yes.
But we will see you guys next week. Merry Christmas!
Bye, everyone.